down here at Gasoline Ally Speedshop once again, and today's going to be an exciting day because I'm going to test ride a very special motorbike that I think a lot of you are going to be envious. And this jacket is a giveaway as to what that bike is.
He's a cutie patootie. You're a cutie patootie. Aye.
If you want to go deaf, just stand behind the CB750 that has been tweaked by the gas boys. Andrew has gone to warm up the bike. He's actually here. I don't know if you can hear that. There he is. So it just blew out.
Yeah. The sort of the pressure that builds up in the engine. It's not a factory fitting. I'll put you in the mirror, yeah?
Okay. It started to feel jerky and it just lost power now.
You giving enough throttle?
I was. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to this. It felt really jerky and like there was no power to it. And now let's go open up the throttle a bit more.
Yeah.
And then I just tried to start it now. It wouldn't start, but...
Oh, okay.
It might just be me if I bumped something wrong.
Oh, build off. Let the fuel get in. Try that.
Oh, brilliant.
Very, very good.
That was so much fun.
Very good. This is not an easy bike to ride.
I know, like that throttle is...
Because of the cut,
yeah,
there's a race.
I was struggling. I went into second gear, but I kept kicking it into neutral because I'm like confused.
Yeah.
I'm kicking the wrong way around. But yeah,
This is a 70s race bike with shit brakes, shit suspension, but a fair amount of power. You did very well there.
Thank you. I really.
Not many people will get on that like that. Have the confidence. That's really good.
So obviously, just took this out for a ride, but I know nothing about this bike.
Well, you know it's on race shift, don't you?
No, I didn't.
So race shift is where it's reversed from the road. So first is up and the rest of the gears are down. So Poppy had to get that in her head.
What I was doing was, I was like, right, if I was on my bike, would I go up or down? And be like, I'll go up. Okay, now I need to go down.
So you got to think about all that and then actually do it.
Yeah, and then also because it's so far behind,
yeah,
I couldn't I almost couldn't feel the brake and the gear shifter. It's almost
Yeah.
my feet were like, where is it?
Well, just for the record, I think that Poppy did very well.
Obviously, you've restored this bike.
Yep, yep.
What work did you have to do on it, and how long you've had this?
Well, I've always had a bit of a thing with CB750s. Being a youngster, never afford one. Bit of a poster bike, but it's also, in my eyes, someone might disagree, it was the first sort of super bike. This came up with a local guy who'd wanted to create what Honda built in the early 70s, which was a CR CB750, which was their sort of customer race bike. So they developed the CB750 to go racing, one at the Daytona 200, which is a mega thing to do on a Jap bike in 1970, I think. So he had all the bases, but it was apart. So I bought the whole lot, sat in the corner of the workshop. We're going to do that this year. We're going to do that this year. And it just got left, and it just didn't get done. So I said, right, this year we do a thing called the Heritage Sprint, which this is ideal for it. I said, let's get it done, let's get it ready, and let's get it out on the road. Where the computer.
Oh.
It's either that or a Harley turning up. The first thing we did was we changed the engine because it had a race spec engine in it, which meant it was running some sort of trick electronic ignition system, but you couldn't run a starter motor with it. And if you're going to use it on the road, electric start's nice and easy. So we dropped that in, and then it sat, which is probably when you saw it, from April. The one thing I had to get was a set of smooth bore carbs, which aren't cheap, around about £1,500, but I couldn't go any further until I'd done that.
What was wrong with the ones that were on
They're old carb. They're old carbs. They're 50 years old. And
they're the original ones?
Yeah, the original carbs that are on it. I mean, we do a lot of work on old bikes. Yes, we can strip carbs. Yes, we can put them through an ultrasonic cleaner and rebuild them. But the reality of it is unfortunately, through age, especially with carbs, the jets, all the lines, you know, everything corrodes a little bit. So you're almost chasing your tail. You'll never get it right. But then we got it painted, which everybody has said about. Oh, I love that. I love this Honda colour. It's like such a great colour.
Red, yeah.
But it's not a Honda colour. It's Ducati. Because we did.
Yes, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it just makes it unique.
Exactly that. And we're not building an exact replica. I'm building a bike that I like and that I want to ride. Exactly. Yeah. We've got a full race fairing, which again you can put on there, but unfortunately when you put the full race fairing on, you lose the carbs. You can't see it. Yeah. So in my mind, I wanted a bike that you can see the carbs, you can see the work on it.
So
you can see the. No, we just bought a different fairing.
Okay.
It's a half fairing. Then we got to the sprint, which was 2 weekends ago, and we started finishing it off on the Monday. I road tested it on Friday morning, and we loaded it in the van and took it. So all those years, all those months, we actually only finished it in 4 days. Because classic, we're like, bloody hell, right, we've got to get it done, and we're racing it, we should do it. So hence the reason the indicators aren't on it yet. Yeah. There's a few other bits, but we got it ready, we got it done, and the old girl did all right, to be fair.
She did.
She did. She's a very old school, heavy. We'll go, you know. I think we looked it up. What was it? Round about
67 horsepower at the crank.
Yeah, 67. Quite right. Top speed of about 120.
I think it was 120, 120,
something like that. Obviously, it's got old technology on here. The forks. We've rebuilt the forks, all the wiring's been done, the paintwork, the engine I'd already rebuilt, so it's got new pistons in it, new crank in it. Front brakes, you'll see they're twin disc, sort of the first of disc brakes, hence the reason.
There's no holes in it.
Yeah, they're solid.
So why did they add the holes? Is it to cool down?
Yeah, cooling.
Here?
Yes, here. What, the drum brake? The
drum brake.
Which you weren't sure what that was.
Yeah, I was.
So, did you try it? Did you actually?
I used the rear brake, but I was just like, this feels a bit dodgy.
So we've got a electronic ignition on this that was built specifically for this. So it's got electronic ignition, but it's also running a box, which is obviously, this would have run on points back in the day. which again is another difference between electronic ignition and points. So we run electronic ignition, but because we've got the box, it allows us to run indicators off of it. We can run an electronic speedo.
So at the moment, it's just still quite raw, would you say? Because
absolutely, absolutely.
You can open up and you just have no idea what you're doing.
No, but that's basically it. It has got an electronic rev limiter on it, which I think is set to about 8.5, 9,000 revs. We can go higher, but because the engine's been sitting for a while, we were thrashing it on a sprint. We thought, let's set it a little bit low, because the last thing I want to be doing is hitting a rev limiter at 11,000 on one of these, and it drops a valve, because that will make a hell of a mess. So that's sort of kind of where we are. But because this is 1974, this bike, it doesn't need an MOT.
Oh yeah.
So you would, what were you, 81, 91?
2001.
2001, fucking hell. Sorry. 2001, bloody hell, man. 91, I was still racing then. So she is an old girl. This is a stock frame as well. We haven't done anything to the frame. I would like to build another one, and we probably will, but with our frame.
This has been an experience, so thank you for having the confidence to allow me to ride this.
I have to say, and I'm not saying it just because Poppy's here, but I have to take my hat off, considering that you're relatively new and you're still learning, right, getting your experience. She took off on this with the gears all on the wrong place, and it's got a really long first gear. I mean, when we ran this at the sprint, which was only 1/8 of a mile, getting it off the line quickly was a challenge, but I almost did the 1/8 of a mile pinned in first gear. That's how far the gearing's out. Yeah. So we'll be getting a bigger rear sprocket, probably 3 teeth, which is quite a jump. So it will make it easier to pull away, and then you can hook your gears a bit easier. Fantastic. So I think the weight of it, everything considered.
How much is the weight? Do you know?
Huh?
How much?
No. No, I'll tell you what I'll do.
It is heavy to get it off the stand.
Yeah.
So
if we can do the lightweight frame out of this on this,
it'll be significantly lighter.
Yeah, and that was. We can't do anything about the engine. You know, a heavy engine is a heavy engine. There's no point in doing anything about that. You've got to run your spoke wheels. Yeah, everything about it's generally heavy, but the frame itself, if we can lose 40 kilos, maybe even more off of that, that is going to help. But that's what I'd like to do. But it's, considering it took me 8 years to do this, how long is it's not good. You really will be 64 by the time I've done it.
I'm still in disbelief that I actually rode this bike, and it's completely different from anything I've ever ridden. Andrew keeps calling it an old lady, and she is an old lady, you know, 51 years old. There's 3 things about this bike that I've never experienced before. This throttle is heavy. When I say heavy, it's heavy, and it's got a very long first gear. The gear shifter is a race shift, so it's the complete opposite of what you do on the roads. And thirdly, the riding position. So you can see you are proper far back. My foot is here, it's almost touching my bum. That's how far back you are. So this is a long bike. Oh, please stop rolling. And then this jacket, which is the Hayley vintage jacket from MotoGirl. Anytime I make a post wearing one of these jackets, everyone asks me, where's it from? And they ask me if there's a male version of it as well, which is quite funny. Unfortunately not, there isn't, it's just a female version. But you might somewhat recognize it. I've used it once on the Honda Rebel when I did the shoot for that, and also on my dad's Kawasaki. I took the yellow one out to Portugal, so I've got a red one and a yellow one. But when Andrew said that he would be happy for me to ride his CB, I knew this jacket had to come with me, because it's just a perfect match. And it's so beautiful. So yeah, it's been a flippin' amazing experience being able to ride something like this, and I'm grateful to have these opportunities to try out different bikes from different years, different styles, etc. And it's actually become a goal of mine this year and in the future to not necessarily steer away from sports bikes, like modern sports bikes, but I want to try different styles. I don't want to be just stuck on one style. Right, my camera battery is about to die, so I need to wrap this up. All I want to say is this has been a fantastic experience, and as I was mentioning before, my goal is to diversify the type of bikes I ride, and I don't mean steering away entirely from modern sports bikes. I would just love to be in a position where I can say that I have experience with pretty much any style of bike possible. I know I still have a long way to go, but I think I'm getting there. So knowing that I was capable to ride this has given me a massive confidence boost, and it's put me in a position where I think, well, if I was able to ride this, maybe I can ride anything. We'll have to find out.